And so for our flow today, we're going to focus on our spine, because so much of our energy flows up and down the spine. If you guys know anything about yoga or practice yoga and know anything about the chakra systems, there are these wheels of energy up and along our spine that govern all of the energy from our body, mind, and our spirit. And so our intention with our flow in yoga is to help release and to build the energy up and along the spine so that we can release any blockages and help the energy to flow freely. So we're going to focus on that today. So I invite you all to come down to your mats. If you have just a space on the floor or a towel, that's completely fine. Otherwise, if you have your yoga mat, let's come down in a gentle way. If you are new to the practice, welcome. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be your guide. If you use any props in your practice, please feel free to bring them in, whether they're blocks or bolsters or blankets. I will offer you modifications, and you just move in a way that feels natural and organic and serving for where your energy is at today. Okay? So join me now. We're going to begin in a child's pose. So we can start with our knees together if this is comfortable for you. Now, if you have any knee issues, please feel free to bring a blanket under your knees. You can also take a extended child's pose version where you take the knees out wide and bring the big toes together to touch. We're going to walk the hands forward and just begin to lower the chest down to the ground, making sure your sits bones are sinking back towards your heels. You can allow the forehead to rest down on the ground and begin to relax your armpit spaces, just releasing your heart towards the earth. And let's just begin to breathe together here. I'm just going to start my timer so I know where we are in the class. So coming down, coming into our space. If you notice that I've lifted my head, it's just so that you can hear me, so that my voice doesn't get muffled if I cover it into the ground. But I invite you to relax your forehead down here. Relax your heart space. See if you can relax your shoulders. And let's begin to deepen the breath by inhaling all the way down into the belly and exhaling and drawing the navel up to the spine. Inhaling and filling the belly with breath here. Exhaling and allowing the belly to go soft. Using your awareness, begin to listen to the sound of your breath as you extend the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Inhaling deeply down into the belly. Exhaling and emptying the belly. Just relaxing and softening here. Taking these first few moments of our practice to land here on our mats, to bring our awareness into the body by bringing our awareness to our breath. Imagining the breath traveling up along the spine as you inhale and descending back down the spine as you exhale. As you're ready, you can press into the palms and begin to lift the chest. We're just going to walk the hands off one side of the mat. reaching over to the right side. We're going to reach through the crown of the head, making sure our sits bones are still lowering down towards our heels. And as you're ready, you can begin to relax the chest and again the forehead down to the earth. Feeling that stretch in your left side, really grounding down through that left hip. And breathing into the side of your left rib cage. Breathing in between the spaces of the ribs. Let's take one more big inhale. Exhale, release. Begin to press back into the palms. Let's lift the chest. We'll walk the hands back through the center and over to the opposite side. Still allowing your hips to relax down to your sits bones. Reaching through the crown of the head, we'll extend along the spine and relax the chest and the forehead down to the ground. Breathing into the belly here, big full breaths of air. One more big inhale. Exhale, release. We'll begin to lift the chest. Walk the hands back up through center and bring them towards the hips. We're going to come on to all fours for a tabletop position. So from here, spreading the palms nice and wide, you're going to stack the shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. Your knees are about hip-width distance apart. Tops of the feet can be grounded down, or you can tuck the toes, whatever feels comfortable for you. Now press away from the earth so that you're not dropping into your wrists, but pressing away and lifting the front body up. We're extending along the spine and reaching through the crown of the head. Feeling that strength along the spine, engaging the core to lift up the front body. Taking a few breaths here, visualizing the breath, drawing up along the spine. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale deeply. Exhale. We're going to begin to come into a cat-cow. So as you're ready, as you inhale, begin to drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the chin, and lift the tailbone behind you. Coming into a cow position, opening up the heart, taking an inhale here. And on the exhale, I want you to round the spine, draw the chin towards the chest, draw the back of the heart up towards the sky. Pressing away from the earth, keep moving like this, inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. Using the breath with the movement, inhaling, opening the heart forward. Exhaling and rounding the spine. At your own pace here, maybe you find a little bit of sway forward and back. Sometimes a little bit of movement and fluidity helps to release the energy in the spine. Finding some organic movement, whatever feels good for you here. We're opening up that energy that runs all up and down along our spines. On your next cow, I want you to inhale, open up the heart, and let's stay for a breath. You're pressing away from the earth, lifting the chin, taking the gaze out. Take a big inhale and exhale. One more inhale. Now exhale and come into cat, rounding the spine, drawing the back of the heart up, pressing away from the earth. We'll stay for a breath here. Feel the space between your shoulder blades. A big inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, come to neutral. Nice work, everybody. From here, I want you to walk your hands forward. We're going to come into a puppy posture, otherwise known as a heart opening pose. We're going to take the forearms down to the ground and spread the palms wide. So you're making an 11 with your forearms here. Your hips are staying stacked over those knees. And as you're ready, if it's available to you, you can begin to descend the heart, the chin, the forehead down to the ground. This can be an intense stretch for the shoulders. So move in a way that feels good for you. Just gentle tension here, no pain. Relaxing the heart space down to the mat. Drawing the upper arm bones in. Feeling the space between your shoulder blades. Breathe into the back of the heart space. Exhale, release. Big inhale here. Exhale. One more. Take a big breath into the belly. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. When you're ready, press into the palms, lift the torso, and begin to draw the body forward as the front body descends down to the ground. So legs are extended behind you, tops of the feet are grounded down. We're going to take the hands and take them about 6 inches out towards the side and 6 inches up in front of the face. We're going to come into a Cobra Pose here. So press down into the finger pads and press down into your pubic bone and inhale and begin to lift the front body, opening up the heart space and relaxing the shoulders down from the ears. You'll feel a squeeze in your lower back. Engage the glute muscles for support. Take an inhale, exhale and lower. Let's do that again. Waving the spine on an inhale, opening up the front body. Pressing down into the pubic bone, exhale and releasing the front body. So the spine loves fluidity. It loves the ability to move freely. So finding what feels good for you, adding whatever organic movement feels good. If you don't like your arms out, you can bring your hands in closer to the face, maybe closer to the rib cage. Maybe you begin to lift up a little bit higher, pulling the elbows in towards your side. We're just awakening up the spine and all of the energy up and along the spine. Finding some free movement here. Inhale, open the front body. Exhale and lower. Continue to press down into the pubic bone to support your lower back. Take a few more rounds here. Beautiful, nice work everybody. From here, let's extend the arms out towards a T. Take your right hand and prop up onto the fingertips, lifting the elbow. And take your right knee and bend it so that the foot is pointing up towards the sky. As you're ready, you can begin to bring your palm towards the face as you roll over to the left side, placing the sole of the right foot behind the left leg. Relax your ear and the left side of your head down to the ground. You might feel some tightness across your chest. It can also be an intense shoulder stretch on the left side. So if you need to come out of it, just come back towards the center. Explore what feels good for you here. If you want a little bit of gentle movement, either forward or back. Again, inviting some fluidity in the spine. Really using the breath here, remembering to inhale deeply and exhale completely. Maybe you find a moment of stillness for a breath. And on an exhale, you can begin to roll back to center. We'll extend the right leg behind us and extend the right arm, coming up onto the left fingertips this time. Bending the left elbow and the left knee. We'll ground down through the right chest and begin to roll onto our right side, placing the left sole of the foot behind the right leg, allowing the side of the right head to relax down. Left hand can come by the face, just relaxing there, maybe finding some gentle movement as you roll to the side and back to the middle. Opening up along the chest. Using the breath here, breathing nice and deep into the belly. Maybe stay still for a breath here, finding a moment of stillness, a big inhale into the belly. Exhale and begin to release as you roll back to center. We're going to bring our hands towards our shoulders and we'll just press into the palms as we rise back up into tabletop. Let's spread the palms wide here. We're going to tuck the toes and we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So pressing into the toes, we're going to lift the back of the hips, lengthening the arms, lengthening the back of the legs as we allow the heels to draw down towards the earth. Lifting the back of the hips up towards the sky. Tailbone lifts up towards the sky. And pressing the chest back towards the tops of the thighs. Now, if you have any wrist issues here, you can make fists with your wrists. You can bring blocks under your wrists, or even a blanket might help to soften it. Or you can keep the knees bent as generously as is comfortable for you. Finding length in the spine and along the back side of the body. If your palms are spread wide here, press down into the index finger and the thumb to protect the wrists. Just finding some deep breaths here, breathing into the belly. Relaxing the neck, relaxing the crown of the head down towards the earth. Let's take our dogs for a walk here. So you can bend into one knee and then into the other, straightening one leg and then the other. Still continuing to press down into the hands evenly, pressing the chest towards the tops of the thighs. Now try to allow your elbow creases to shine forward. So your upper arm bones are rotating out as the elbow creases are shining towards the top of the mat. Beautiful. When you're ready, come to a moment of stillness here, allowing the heels to draw down to the earth. And on an inhale, we're going to raise the right leg behind us. It doesn't have to come up very high. Just lifting the right leg, encouraging length in the back body. We'll bend the right knee and open the body up towards the right side. So let's play with a little bit of fluidity here. Maybe rolling the ankle one way. Remembering to press down to those palms evenly. And then maybe rolling the ankle the other way. Opening up the hips, which support the spine. On an inhale, let's come back to center. We're going to bend that right knee and begin to draw it up towards the nose as we step the right foot between the hands. You can use your hand to guide the foot up, stacking the knee over the ankle, extending the left leg behind us. We're coming into our runner's lunge here. Back heel pressing away. You can keep your fingertips on the ground here to find length along your spine, reaching through the crown of your head. Maybe you find a little sway forward and back. Big belly breathing here. We're going to come into a twisted runner's lunge. So taking your left hand to the inside of the right foot, we'll take an inhale and begin to open the body up towards the right, towards your front knee. Maybe reaching up towards the sky with those right fingers. If this is not comfortable for you, you can keep your hands down. Otherwise, explore what feels good for your body here, keeping the hips grounded rather than piking them up. We're pressing into that front foot. Take an inhale, maybe look towards your top hand. Maybe lean back and open up across the chest. One more big inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, come back to center. We'll press down into the hands and step back for our downward dog. Again, walking the dog, finding some movement in our hips, some lengthening in the back of the legs, pressing down into the palms evenly, shining the elbow creases forward. Let's come to a moment of stillness as we take an inhale and exhale. We'll inhale and lift the left leg this time, bending the left knee and opening up the hips towards the left. Maybe rotating the ankle one way. Continue to press into your hands evenly and rotating the ankle the other way. Breathing into the hips. We'll inhale back to center. And as you round the spine, begin to draw the left knee up towards the nose, stepping the left foot between the hands. Use your hands to guide the foot up as you bring the left knee over the left ankle, finding our runner's lunge here, pressing back with that right heel, lengthening along the spine and through the crown of the head. Keep your fingertips on the ground here. Keep your hips lowered. Maybe finding a little bit of sway back and forth. Feeling that opening in your hips. Beautiful. We're going to come into a twisted runner's lunge. So placing the right hand to the inside of the left foot. We're going to open up towards the left as we reach the left fingertips up towards the sky. Remembering to keep your hips lowered here, so don't pike up in the hips. Keep pressing into that front foot. Maybe you inhale and take your gaze up. Now this shoulder might want to come in here. I encourage you to open it up so you can keep broad across the collarbone. Maybe you pull back on that top arm. Take one more inhale. Exhale and release. Step back for downward dog. And let's walk our dog one more time. Pressing down into the palms, spreading the palms wide, pressing down into the index finger and the thumb. On an inhale, we'll bend both knees generously, take the gaze forward, and walk the feet up towards the hands. Keeping the feet hip-width distance apart, we're going to find a ragdoll fold. So just allowing the spine and the crown of the head to relax down towards the earth. Tailbone lifts up towards the sky. Maybe you grab opposite elbows here and find a little sway back and forth as you keep the knees bent as much as is comfortable for you, pressing down into the feet. Maybe you shake your head yes and no. Actually, I guess you would nod your head yes and then shake it no. But you know what I mean. When you're ready, you can bring your fingertips down to the ground and heel toe your feet together so that your big toes touch and your ankles are slightly apart. We're going to roll up to standing really slow. So here's where you're going to begin to feel the vertebrae stack one on top of the other, allowing the energy to draw up along the spine as you press down into the earth and rise up into a mountain pose. Maybe opening up the palms forward, relaxing the shoulders down from the ears, keeping a slight bend in those knees to allow your tailbone to lengthen down. We're going to come into a sun salutation here, so beginning to build some heat and energy in the body. Let's inhale and reach the arms up overhead. Bring the palms together, exhale the hands down through heart center. Beautiful. Twice more. Press down into the feet. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Once more, inhale, raise the arms up overhead. This time, We're going to tip from the hip and fold forward as you exhale. Again, extending the crown of the head down towards the earth. On an inhale, we're going to roll the fingertips up the front of the shins, coming into a flat back. So you're extending through the crown of the head. Now imagine here that you don't want to make any rolls in the back of your neck. So you want the back of your neck to be nice and long, reaching the crown of the head out towards the horizon. Let's take a breath here as you pull the shoulders back. Exhale and fold. We'll ground the palms down as we step back with one foot and then the other. You can come into a plank or you can descend the knees for a half plank. Shoulders are over wrists. And when you're ready, begin to bend the elbows and draw the front body down to the earth. We'll find our cobra here as we bring our hands towards our rib cage. Pull the elbows back, inhale and lift the front body. Exhale and lower. Tuck the toes, keeping the knees grounded or firming up the legs. We're going to press back into a plank and push back for downward dog. Nice work, everybody. Finding your downward dog here for a breath. We'll inhale and lift the right leg behind us. Exhale, bend the right knee and step it between the hands. Finding that runner's lunge once more. Reaching through the crown of the head. On an inhale, we'll take a twist. Opening up towards that front knee, reaching through the right fingertips. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Now from here, we're going to press down into the front foot. Allow the upper arm to guide you as you begin to lift up. Reach back with the right fingertips and reach forward with the left fingertips. If this is too much, you can keep the back arm down. A gentle spinal twist here, pressing into that front foot. Take a big inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, begin to descend the back arm. We're going to find our crescent lunge. Reaching the arms up overhead. Back heel presses away as we sink the hips once more. Nice work, everybody. Feel that strength in your legs. Draw this front leg back into the hip socket. Allowing that scissoring effect in your thighs. Drawing the lower belly up and in. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, take your gaze up towards your fingertips for a breath. Exhale and release the hands back down to the earth. Step back for a plank. We're going to flow. Pull the elbows in, lower down for chaturanga. Press down into the pubic bone and inhale into cobra. Exhale and lower. Press back up into plank on an inhale and push back for downward dog. Beautiful work, everybody. We're coming to the left side now. So finding your downward dog, on an inhale, we'll lift the left leg behind us. Bend the left knee and step the left foot between the hands. Using your hands to guide the foot up. Finding that runner's lunge once more. Pushing back with that back heel. We'll take an inhale, ground down through the right hand and open up towards the left. Reaching through the left fingertips. Finding that twisted runner's lunge here. And if you'd like to take the option, you can press down into the front foot. Begin to lift the torso as the left fingertips guide you back. Reaching forward with the right fingertips. Back with the left. Pressing that back heel away. Take a big inhale here. Using the breath. Once more inhale. Exhale, begin to lower the back arm. We're finding our crescent lunge here. High lunge, reaching the arms up overhead, drawing the lower belly up and in. Left leg is drawing back into the hip socket, reaching up through the fingertips, pressing back into that back heel. Let's take an inhale and lift the gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, lower the fingertips down. We're going to flow by stepping back for our plank, lowering the front body down, chaturanga. Inhaling, pressing into the pubic bone for cobra. Exhale, lower. Firm the legs, keep the knees grounded, or press back into plank and push back for downward dog. Take a big breath in here. Exhale. Inhale, bend the knees generously. Take the gaze forward and begin to walk your feet up towards your hands. Finding a forward fold here, crown of the head relaxing down to the earth. Let's inhale for a halfway lift. Keeping that neck nice and long. Exhale and fold. Press down into the feet, root to rise. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Hands come down to heart center. Can you guys hear the cries of the children out here? They're feeling the energy as well. All right, round two, let's go. Let's inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Step back for plank or half plank. Pull the elbows into the rib cage as you lower down. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back into plank, and push back for downward dog. Nice work from here. Let's inhale, lift the right leg behind us. Exhale, bend the right knee, step the foot between the hands. Use your hands to guide it up. We're going to find our crescent lunge here. So sweeping the arms up as we lift the torso. Pressing back and away with that back heel. Lower belly drawing up and in. Drawing this front leg back into the right hip socket as the front of the left hip draws forward. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Nice work, everyone. We're going to find our warrior two. So begin to pivot on the back foot, lowering the back heel and turning the toes out to 45 degrees, or maybe taking the toes 90 degrees and taking the pinky toe edge of your foot parallel with the back of your mat. We'll open up the body towards the left, reaching forward with the right fingertips, reaching back with the left, stacking the rib cage over the hips, pressing into this front foot as the knee stays over that ankle. So if you need to step your foot out, maybe wider, maybe you shorten your stance, just find what feels right for you here, okay? This is your practice. Your pose does not have to look like anything but what feels good for you. Relax the shoulders down, enjoying the strength in the legs, enjoying the lengthening up along the spine. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, relax the hips. Beautiful. One more inhale. Exhale. We're going to flip the front palm. Reach forward with the right fingertips, and on an inhale, reach up and back with the fingertips. Allowing the left arm to lengthen down the back leg. Finding our peaceful warrior here. Reaching through the right fingertips. Taking the gaze up. Keep that front knee over the front ankle. Feel that strength in your front leg. Stay for another inhale. Exhale, come back to your warrior two. And windmill the arms back down to the earth. Nice work, everybody. Let's step back. Coming into plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes, press into plank, and push back for downward dog. Whew, building some strength and some heat in those legs. All our support system for our spine. Let's find our downward dog and press into the index finger and the thumb. On an inhale, let's lift the left leg behind us. Exhale, bend the left knee and step the foot between the hands. Using the hands to guide it up. On an inhale, we'll raise the arms, lifting the torso up into a crescent lunge. Drawing the left leg back into the hip socket. Back heel pushes down and away. Beautiful. Relax the shoulders. Feel the strength in your legs here. Take an inhale. Exhale. Draw the lower belly up and in. Inhale. Exhale. And once more, inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. We're going to relax the back foot, pivot the toes out at a 45-degree angle, or taking the pinky toe edge of the foot parallel with the back of the mat. We're finding our warrior two. We're reaching our arms out to opposite sides of the room, stacking the rib cage over the hips here. Front knee stays stacked over that front ankle. So make sure the knee's not falling in, pulling it over that ankle. Good. Relax the shoulders. Reach through the fingertips. Sink the hips down. Press into the pinky toe edge of that back foot. Find your strength here, guys. Build that fire, that heat. Let it burn off some of that extra energy from the full moon, from the summer solstice. Feel that shake, feel that prana. That's your life force talking to you. Let's find a way to relax in the moment. Find the ease. Take an inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Now flip the front palm forward. Reach forward and think up and over as you take the fingertips up and back. Relaxing the back arm down the back leg. Taking your gaze up as you reach back with the left fingertips. Press into that front foot. Keep breathing. Breathe for that baby. I think the baby needs a little bit of relief. Let's continue to breathe and hold. Beautiful. One more big inhale. Exhale, come back to your warrior two and windmill the arms back down to the earth. Lift the back heel, step back into plank. Hug the elbows in, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale, firm the legs, press back up into plank and push back for downward dog. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees, take the gaze up towards the hands and walk the feet up. Nice work, finding your forward fold here. Crown of the head relaxes down to the earth. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. We'll do one more round, moving a little bit faster here, building that heat, burning that energy off. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Move with a pace that is comfortable for you. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Step back into plank. Hug the elbows in, lower down, chaturanga. Press into the pubic bone and inhale for cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, firm the legs, press back into plank, and push back for downward dog. Finding your downward dog once more here. Let's inhale the right leg back, bend the right knee, and step the foot between the hands. Right away, we're going to find our warrior two. Pivoting on the back foot, turning the toes out to 90 degrees. We inhale and lift the torso, reaching back with the left fingertips, reaching forward with the right. Rib cage stacks over the hips. Let's sink the hips here. Front knee over that front ankle. Relax the shoulders down. Let's inhale, open up the palm towards the sky. Reach the palm forward and think up and back as you take the fingertips over and behind, lengthening from the base of your tailbone. Feeling that length out through the crown of your head. Stay for a couple breaths here. Inhale deep into the belly. Exhale fully. One more inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, coming back through warrior two. Windmill the arms down. Stepping back for plank. Hug the elbows in, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, roll the shoulders back for cobra. Exhale, firm the legs, press back into plank, and push back for downward dog. Final side here. Let's take an inhale, lift the left leg behind us. Bend the left knee and step the left foot between the hands. We're going to find our warrior two, pivoting on the back foot. Inhaling and opening up. Rib cage stacks over the hips. Reaching through the fingertips to opposite sides of the room. Relax the shoulders, everybody. Take an inhale here. Exhale. Pressing into the pinky toe edge of that back foot. Inhale. Exhale. Now turn the front palm up towards the sky. Reach forward and think up and back as you take the back arm down the lengthened leg. Reach the fingertips up and over. Feel that length up along your front body. Breathe into the stretch here. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Find the ease. One more inhale. Exhale, come back through warrior two and windmill the arms back down. Pivot on the back foot and step back for your plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, press into plank. Push back for downward dog. Nice work. Take a big breath in here. Exhale. Inhale, begin to bend the knees. We're going to lower the knees down as we come into a child's pose. Either taking the knees as wide as the mat and bringing the big toes together, or keeping the knees together, whatever feels good for you here. We'll descend our sits bones down towards our heels. Reach the arms forward and relax the chest, the chin, the forehead down to the ground. We'll take a few quiet moments here just to listen to the sound of your breath. Take notice of your energy, feeling the energy up and along the spine. Beautiful, and as you're ready, you can begin to press into the palms. We're going to shift our body forward, bringing the front body down to the earth and extending the legs behind us. We're going to come into a locust pose. So from here, I want you to allow your feet to be about hip-width distance apart, and you're going to extend your arms down by your sides with your fingertips pointing towards the toes and your palms on the ground. Good. You can relax your forehead down to the earth here. I'm going to stay lifted just so that you can hear me and my voice doesn't get muffled. And on an inhale, let's take a big inhale into the belly. Exhale, release. Beautiful. On your next inhale, begin to lift the front of the feet off of the ground, pointing the toes behind you. Maybe using a little bit of pressure in your palms, pushing down into the pubic bone to lengthen the legs behind you. Feeling the strength in your lower back here. Building some strength and support for the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Twice more. Inhale. Reaching back with those toes. Beautiful. One more inhale. Exhale and release. Relax the forehead down to the ground. Maybe shimmy the hips side to side, just releasing the legs. We're going to come into that again, into the locust pose. This time, if you'd like, you can begin to lift the front body as you lift the legs. So everyone, let's take a big inhale. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, begin to lift the legs behind you, pointing the toes, and then maybe pressing into the palms and lifting the heart forward. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears, maybe using the palms for a little bit of support here. Beautiful. Take an inhale, exhale, and if you'd like a little bit more, maybe you lift the hands back behind you. Reach the fingertips back towards the toes. Feel that squeeze in your mid-back. Feel the strength in your spine. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale and release. Let's stack one hand on top of the other and relax your forehead on the hands. Just shimmy your hips side to side and release the lower back. Beautiful work, everybody. As you're ready, I want you to begin to roll onto your back, taking it nice and easy. We're coming into our final relaxation and meditation portion of the class. So coming onto your back, let's give ourselves a little bit of a hug here, drawing the knees in towards the chest, hugging the legs in, and rocking side to side. We did a lot of work for our spine, for our lower back here. So just finding a little bit of a massage, giving ourselves this moment of TLC. Inhaling deeply into the nose and exhaling. Okay, everybody, hug the knees in nice and tight. Take a big inhale, come into a really small ball. Maybe bring your nose up towards your knees. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhale and release. Allow the soles to come down to the earth. If you'd like, you can keep your knees bent, or you can extend your legs, lengthen the legs out, just allowing the arms to relax down by your side, finding a comfortable position on your back. If you'd like, your lower back is a bit sensitive, you can take a blanket underneath, or allow your knees to be bent and allow them to rest in one toward the other. This is your time now to find whatever's comfortable for you. You can join me in a seated position as we continue and complete our meditation portion of the class. Just finding an easy seat, either cross-legged or sitting back on your heels, maybe sitting up on a pillow or a blanket. So these final moments are to allow the fruits of our practice to integrate into our bodies, into our mind and our spirit. If you're on your back, let's take a quick scan, using your awareness to come to any areas in your body where you can relax, using the breath, sending the breath to any areas of tension, and allowing the breath to relax these areas. If you're seated, just ground down through your sits bones, lengthen up along the spine, relax your shoulders from the ears. And once more, let's bring our awareness to our breath. But rather than using any patterning on the breath, Just let the breath go. Just allow the body to breathe naturally. Just noticing the space between the inhale and the exhale. Noticing that brief moment of stillness between the exhale and the next inhale. Just allow yourself to be present for these final moments. Present with the sound of the child crying in the background. Present with any sounds in your environment. Present with any thoughts that come up. Just notice them and let them pass. All mind the time. Your only job here is to relax and let go. As you are ready, I invite you to welcome some deeper breaths into the body as we awaken the body once more, maybe wriggling your fingers and your toes, keeping your eyes closed or your gaze soft. If you're on your backs, you can draw one knee into the chest, followed by the other. Give yourself a hug and rock side to side to massage your lower back. Taking a moment to rest on one side and using your hands to come up to a seated position. We'll all meet back in a cross-legged seat or sitting back on our heels. Finishing our practice by allowing our sits bones to ground down to the earth and our spine to lengthen up towards the heavens once more. Close your eyes for a moment if they're not already. As you're ready, you can open your eyes. Welcome back, yogis. We'll take one more inhale together as we've built this beautiful energy in our space and in our community. Let's inhale. I'm inhaling for the baby crying, bringing this beautiful energy of love and peace back down into our hearts. Think about what you inhale and what you breathe for. Send that intention to your heart. And now take a bow toward that beautiful heart of yours and say namaste.